I don't know if everybody's left, but I said I'd come back, and I'm true to my word. Of course, I took a client call in between breaks because sometimes that's just what I do. I like to do, what would you call this, a bit? After I do my zodiac readings, where I kind of reflect on some of the things that were said and give some feedback about it. It's more of a discussion. If you see it, feel free to join in. Love when people talk back to me, don't I? So, anyways, if you missed it or haven't seen it yet, I did the 12 zodiacs individual readings in 2 separate videos. You can find them on my Twitch here, or you can check out the YouTube. It's time stamped. So if you want to skip ahead, skip around, you can definitely do that over yonder. If you're in for the full ride, it's a good one. I like to remind people that cross-watching is a thing across like all tarot channels. It's not that big of a deal. Sometimes if I'm watching an all zodiac reading, I like to think of a certain person or a part of my chart or the months that those signs fall in, and I like to apply it to aspects of my life. Sometimes I'll even listen to a full 12 zodiac and I'll just think thoughts, and whoever I'm thinking about, whatever I'm thinking about, regardless of what sign is being spoken about, I'll apply the message. So it's just all about your own interpretation and how you view it and how you perceive it. Okay, so you can do either or, no judgments. But feed, walk, synapses is kind of what this is about. It was interesting that I broke it up into 6 because my original intention was to do them all, and I realized I simply didn't have the table space, which prompted the thought that maybe it's not the best way to avoid burnout by overexhausting the self, right? So, Aquarius season is all about finding your balance at this point. We are in the midst of winter. January is not quite over, and we are all sort of doing our best to assert ourselves in the ways that reflect who we truly are from the inside out. So, a lot of people trying to figure out who they are, where they've been, what they've been up to, what you've been up to. Of course, we've got this double retrograde going, common thing, been talking about it for weeks now, it feels. And it's slowly going to start changing in the next few days, but also February might be tough with the aftermath and the straight up damage that's been done during these past few months, especially winter, but even these past few years. So I think something to keep in mind, especially when watching my videos or getting a feel for who I am and where my beliefs come from. It's a collection of things, first of all, but also just, general upbringing. Either way, point is to say, 2012, in my opinion and for me personally, was a critical year, a very critical year. And it seems that it was commonly held belief over time and across cultures that it would be, right? And so, of course, the thing that changed my life the most happened 4:20 on the clock, in the time that the Mayans had said the world would end. And I think what's interesting is that there was such an internet revolution during that time. And I think people forget that because we had already had the internet for so long, for decades at that point. A lot of people in the US had computers in the 90s, and most of those computers were connected to dial-up internet in the early 2000s. But it was really new wave of apps. It was the way we used the internet that changed around the time of 2012. Pretty sure Snapchat and Instagram were debuted in 2013, but maybe Instagram might be a little bit older than that, but it was still not so long ago. Like it was not so long ago. So the last 10 years, everything did change drastically, and I think that nobody noticed it while it was happening. But now that it has already happened, it's a lot of, oh, what the fuck is this? Something else to keep in mind is that the zodiac calendar starts with Aries. It's not about the fact that we go on. Is it seriously like Jesus time, like AD, ABC, DE, ACDC? Who cares? We're not going on that tangent right now. Look at, chill. The zodiac calendar begins with Aries season, and so we're not talking about a new year until like March. And honestly, it's pretty much April. So this is a great time to reflect not only on the past year, but the past 10. Because again, this has been a powerful decade. This has been some important events. The whole world is undergoing revolution and has been since the creation of weak argument social network. Isn't that interesting? Once we were able to have discourse with each other, we started to change the narrative of the stories that were being told to us. A lot of truth's coming to surface. So while we close out this decade, right, which began April, well, I say April for personal reasons, technically March, because Aries season. So started March 2012 and we're coming in hot. Okay, it started April 2012. I'm just gonna go there. I don't even care. It's not personal. It's like April 1st, that's like true new year. Like we're settled into the Aries energy. It's not that transitional, like hello, it's nice to see you again. It's like the soft opening is March and the grand opening is April. I don't know. Being goofy. You get what I'm saying though. So we've got this decade coming to a close because things are changing and it's almost like it's all moving backwards. And that's why at the end of this year, because we're looking back at the last decade, we are now seeing, hey, I think that maybe something should be different. I think maybe we were not doing it right. I think maybe something along the way was okay, but now it isn't. I think, blah, blah, blah. I think. Something went from Pluto to Aquarius. That's what the song was inspired by. The dawning of Aquarius was this placement approaching its spot in Aquarius. I can't even remember. I'm not an astrologer. See, this is why I make the distinction all the time. I am not an astrologer. But Aquarius season, when this age of Aquarius has just begun, is a very powerful time. But it's a great time to think about who you are. Pisces season, you will have time to party before we start anew. But for now, thinking caps on and reset. Decide what you want. And then by spring, it will bloom. So, again, post-apocalyptic thoughts. These are comments on Aquarius season and why people might be feeling the way that they are. If you didn't catch the videos, you can watch them time-stamped on YouTube or on Twitch if you want to see the whole thing. But it was a very distinct difference between the first half of the zodiac and the second half of the zodiac, even though everybody's story was different. So I did the 3 base cards and then a pile for each sign, all different, but just aligned. And I had to break it up into 2 simply because I didn't have space for all 12, right? But it was 2 totally different moods. And I actually did find that very interesting because when I do the videos, it seems like there's never a night or a time when every sign aligns with the others, if that makes sense. And so it's almost like, not that anybody's at war with each other, but it does seem, it's almost like not heroes and villains, but just a little bit heroes and villains vibes. I feel like that's what's, and I'm not going to sit here and say that some signs are heroes and some signs are villains, but it was two very distinct energies. And the first half kind of having the shit together, the second half kind of needing the shit together. I didn't start with Aries, I started with Aquarius. And so when I refer to the first half, I'm Aquarius to Cancer. So that was kind of the safe list this week. But then Leo to Capricorn, things got a bit rougher. Things were a little bit more confusing. Things were feeling a little edgy, a little backstabby. Like, look at, I'm protecting my heart. I'm protecting my heart, even at speaking on these issues that we went into. And again, that's why I keep reiterating the thinking aspect of the Aquarius energy that's in the room. You know, bearing the water, seeing the reflection, nourishing thyself, and becoming one with nature, appreciating the very essence of water and the way that it changes to so many different states of being. That is what truly the water bear means. That's beautiful. Whose is that? Is that an original? That's beautiful. It's a beautiful thought. So when, of course, back to the retrograding, when things are moving backwards, it's always better to wait before you proceed in action. And so when you have the time or energy to sit back, relax, and get lost in thoughts, do that. It's winter anyways. You should just be in the house. I mean, it's not a big deal. We will be out again for tax season, and we all know it. It's okay. You got nothing to prove. It's all right to be in a kickback mood. You know what I mean? You don't have to be party all the time, especially because Pisces energy is sort of that vibe. So relax, take a bath. Speaking of water bearer, I think that'd be a great idea for everyone. But I think what you get out of these things is going to be different depending on where you fall on that scale of like, we're kind of crushing it, we're kind of not. We're crushing it, we're being crushed. And the crushers are not necessarily doing damage to those being crushed. It's the inability for them to work together with other people that's holding them back. That's sort of the thing of it. It's like it's not frustrating for the ones cooperating. It's backfiring on those who are not. You know? So that's something that you got to sort out with the self and within the self before you can address it in someone else, right? Right, right. I was thinking about saying Libra's just about snapped. I can't stop thinking about it. I was very upset. And it's all about watching what you say and when. Not just for Libras, but that was just the lesson that I'm grabbing specifically from the Libra reading, where it's like, you know, you don't even realize who your friends are until you not screw them over. I feel like that's a very cardinal thing to test someone on. You know, like how far are you willing to go? And how much are you willing to forgive? Because people are fucked up. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, we all have been through some shit. And if you just keep rejecting people, you know, you can never grow with them. You can't really, I mean, you know what I'm saying? Can't really grow with anyone at that point. So, Yeah, some people do float. It's part of the reason I have a hard time with signs like Pisces, who just constantly want to be going from person to person, because that is such a good fear sorcerer. That is an interesting name, but that is such a good way to describe it, black hole energy. But it's so funny is I've always said that I really love black holes and can totally get lost in them. I've seen people appear as black holes, and I never really considered it being like an energy sucking thing, or just vapid. I don't know why that word came to mind. I don't even fully know what that means, but a lot of times I use words in the ways I want rather than the ways I know. Maybe that's arrogance over ignorance, if it's gotta be one of the two. So that's what's up. It's kind of like crush or be crushed, but like crush in a cool way, like on a mountain slope. You can push all you want, but like, of course, I'll be into myself. What am I supposed to be into? Someone else? Dangerous game. Slippery slope. Number one investment in this life's always going to be the self. Hell yeah. Thanks for being here, by the way, y'all. I was very, very much uninterrupted when I do the zodiac videos, but I'm typically quite talkative, obviously, and I like the interactiveness of Twitch, hence why I moved over here. Very convenient. I can upload straight to YouTube. I didn't even know. Just goes straight there. It's like, wow, thank you. That's wonderful. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, happy midnight morning to ya. That awkward times of day. I have insane hours myself, so I relate to that. It's pretty late where I'm at, so thanks for being here. I hope that it's not stopping you from clicking on. Really appreciate seeing a sorcerer, though. It's been a lot of fun exploring. It's an interesting. It's you do. I couldn't just go forever, but it's interesting the way that, I guess, to tie the tarot readings to what I was saying about the age of Aquarius moving in was basically getting at how technology has shaped culture, obviously, but how we definitely don't really address the technological spurt that we had 10 years ago versus the technological boom that we had 20 years ago, right? It's been fascinating also revisiting some of the sci-fi classics from an era in which I grew up, because I see a lot of it influenced in my beliefs or systems when I don't even consciously recollect watching it. And I think that's a very interesting phenomenon that many of us experience. And I feel like the way that we view things and the way we do things are going to change big time. And it's funny because you see it in these subtle ways where people are starting to, yes, want to pay more and pay debts and make things right, make amends, and part of it is people think, okay, people think if I apologize for what I've done, I'll be forgiven and I can move on. While this is somewhat true, part of mistakes are to lead you to what I call shudwok, but is shadow work in English. I just heard it one day. They were telling me it's like shudwok, shudwok. So, seeking reconciliation without changing behavior is what continues the cycle. So if you can approach a situation in yourself rather than seek the validation in someone else, that's when you begin to face the shadow self. Yeah, well, see, exactly. You said reconciliation. I like that more. That's not the point. Reconciliation is short term. It's like it's not going to fix the problem just because it fixes a relationship. You have to reconcile with the self, not with others. But also confirmed Catholic, baby. Reconciliation, the second sacrament. Done it. Check. Sorry. I'm sorry. So obnoxiously Italian. Not gonna lie, my shit list this week is pretty much Virgo. Of all 12 zodiac readings, no one's was as bad as Virgo's. Virgo's got fucking creamed this week, and I honestly was rooting for them. I'm always rooting for the Virgos in my life, but this is exactly why. No way. No way. You're new here. You're new here. You can handle it, I promise. The reading was rough. Oh my god. Oh my god. I got a lot of Virgos. I said I'm rooting for you, but wasn't looking good this week. It seems like you're pissing off everybody, whether you realize it or not. And destruction is not the answer, whether it's self-destruction or destructing the things around you. That's so funny. There's a Virgo in the room. Of course of course. That's what happens. That's so interesting because it was the most standout bad reading. It felt, again, the first half, the signs were all doing pretty good. And some of those signs are people in my life that I would hell no, they're my fucking shit list. And it's like, at the end of the day, on the overall this week, Virgo's at the bottom. Like, it was not good. It was not good for Virgo. It was like, y'all get home. Aries was pretty okay. You can watch the replay. It's on Twitch, or if you go to my YouTube channel, they're time-stamped, so you can watch, like, your specific sign. Aries was, like, pretty good, but also, regular Aries stuff, being stubborn. Yeah, you can't just be avoiding people. But, like, Aries was all about the home environment and finding common ground is what I would probably say about Aries. It's like you gotta find common ground. It's not really about enforcing your boundaries, but recognizing why you have the boundaries you do and adjusting them accordingly, Aries. That's pretty good. Should I do a recap of each one? So that would be the Aries recap. What was Taurus's like? Taurus was kind of all about Pisces. It was kind of cute, but I didn't really know. It could be also with something heavy note with Taurus was just that about to be the big payout. Like, it's about to be the big payout. Taurus been head down working hard and getting nothing back from anyone for the past who knows how long, forever. It's this Taurus season fit for a king Taurus. It's like tears of joy, Taurus reading. Gemini got a little kooky. That's okay. That's what we love about Gemini. They still got a bell, right? All of my mutables, I fucking even said in the reading, like, all the mutables got a bell except Virgo, because what the fuck was that? And I rewatched it to timestamp it, and Virgo definitely got a bell. I was like, fucking, it was hitting, but it was not good. So, Gemini, little kooky, kind of seemed like a lot going on. Maybe erring on the side of drama, but a lot of love surrounding Gemini. Yeah, you think you are. It's a lie. Cancer reading, I don't remember at all. But Cancers are so personal that I feel like they don't want to be blasted in this way. Like, if you want to hear how they're doing, you got to get all the way to the end. Hey, Jay. Hey, we're doing the recap, and I can't remember anything about Cancer's reading. Are you a Cancer? That'd be so weird, because we had, like, this whole thing going on here. That's cool, though. So, guess what sign is calling me right now that we've already mentioned? Doesn't matter, you're not going to guess, probably. Ooh, you're a Leo. Okay, so fuck the Cancer reading. I do remember the Leo reading was all, really the butterfly. It's like, even though Kendrick Lamar is a Gemini, To Pimp a Butterfly is a fucking whole masterpiece. I was gonna say a word, and it's like, that is so beyond not it. Total masterpiece. That type of energy, for real. The transformation. I don't know if it's like an actual, like, transition, or if it's like an inward thing, or like a life. I mean, transformative is a word, Leo. Oh my gosh. That was great. It was very sad though. It's very melancholy. World get flipped upside down, I'm pretty sure was Leo. But like, the transformation is seamless in a sense. And gotta go with the flow. That ride the wave energy from Virgo is the way that Leo should be doing it. But Leo doesn't understand freedom as well as Virgo does. But Virgo's the one who needs to be restricted, and Leo's restricting themselves. Because now Virgo would be next, and we already did the Virgo recap. It was not. It was just so bad. You say nope, not at all, and I don't really know what that means, nor do I really care, because it makes no sense to me. Thank you, though. The Virgo reading was short, 2 cards, 3 at the end, like everyone else. Oh my god, I'm sorry, I misinterpreted what you were saying, and I was like, that is like the kind of like rudest way to just like be like, not for me, and it's like, you don't have to take every message, and I definitely could have taken the time to explain myself and being like, the fuck, man. But I hear what you're saying. Sometimes there's a delay. I apologize. No. Sarah Paulson's a bitch, okay? And she just left, so no worries. It's definitely on me, most likely. Is it 420 yet? Somewhere? Me and Lily Waters, we like to celebrate every hour. Because why not? It's 420 somewhere. Not exactly, but you get it. Libra was a bit of a harsh one. Libra's was not great. Libra's was like, everything's going so super duper, and yet nobody gives a shit, because on the regular, you just ain't it, Libra. Like, it's like, Libra's like, why isn't anyone happy for me? And it's like, wow, you've been making everyone feel like shit, so they don't really care about your fucking happiness right now. Sorry to break it to you. Not everyone is in the same positive, happy, sunshine bubble as you, Libra. So get over it. And, I almost quoted that weird Hoobastank intro where it's like, get over it. Oh, I did. Wow, it's so funny, because your Virgo sun can tell your Libra rising to stop giving a fuck. Love that combo for you. Bet you're absolutely beautiful. Not to be weird on Maine, what the fuck, but like, I think I just was talking. That's one thing I did say in the Virgo reading about how fucking beautiful they are. Maybe that was this video. I don't fucking know. And then the Libra rising on top of it. It's like, Libra's ruled by Venus. If you had a Taurus moon or something, next level shit right there. It's an interesting take. To take it as all of humanity rather than just the people in your life. But that's the Virgo extremity of mutable energy, I think. It's cute. I'm glad the Libra's hitting, but it was very not good. Damn, you got 2 bad ones. I'm just realizing that. Those were 2 of the worst readings I did, and they're back to back. That's intense for you. I wonder if you'll even bother watching the video, or if you're vibing now, don't bother. Don't ruin it for yourself. But the Libra one, it was all gravy until it wasn't. Until it wasn't. And you know what I said? It was kind of an iconic moment, not gonna lie, because my fucking chain physically broke during that reading. Love you, thank you. It's like, Stevie Nicks. The fuck is her sign? I feel like I should know, but she also gives Cancer vibes. You must never break the chain, right? And so it's like, Libra, you think you're just going to break a chain when really you're just going to be a busted link. That was kind of that's not a fun takeaway. But everything in life is going great, so it's like, how much do you really care? You don't, and that's fine. More power to you. Next would be Scorpio. Scorpios was sappy as shit. Scorpios was all about being true to themselves. They got prudence and virtue. I couldn't even get over that. It was kind of cute. It was definitely cute. It was very emotional, especially, throw in little Beatles. But it was absolutely precious to me. And I don't know how they got mixed up in all their other energies. And I probably shouldn't say they're on the shit list this week, but also they might be getting themselves into some trouble by ignoring those desires or beliefs that they're holding to themselves. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It was brief, but it was powerful. Very emotional. Very, very emotional with Scorpio this week. Sagittarius was deep, as always. That's like a Sag thing, is being deep. Deep in thought, deep in wonderment, deep in lustrous visions. I don't know where I'm getting that from. It's like something clicked on. Jim Morrison vibes right now for Sagittarius. And you know what? It's because Jim didn't even get to live out half his dreams. I would love to do a channel reading with Jim Morrison. I did one with Janis Joplin. I did it twice. There was one on Twitch that I did, but then I did it again later that day with Instagram. So I just kind of like, I don't know. It didn't go well on here. I might stick to Instagram for those things. I feel like it's a different reach. So if you are a Sagittarius or not, if you're interested, I think I'm going to do Jim Morrison soon. Definitely not tonight or whatever, but he wants to come through, and that's an honor for me, dude. Oh, man, that was getting intense. The Janis Joplin video on my Instagram is insane, bro. It's so cool, because necromancy is my main gig. Tarot is secondary, but it's a lot more digestible. So, I do it. And I think the necromancy is a smidge more exhausting, but also so relieving and releasing. I love being communication. But anyway, Sagittarius, you had to be there. That's my final take on that. And then Capricorn. Oh my God, I felt so bad for Capricorn. It was like things were like hard enough as it was, and then boom, fucking screwed over as fucked up. Fuck. Sucks, dude. But it's for 21 somewhere right now because it's unaligned. Oh, it's still 420. Celebrate. Lots of misconceptions around necromancy. It's really any type of involvement with the deceased. It doesn't necessarily have to be reanimating a body like it's commonly held in fictitious writings, right? In the same sense that it's considered a dark or black magic, but like, who said that was a bad thing? I know myself. I'm still chaotic good. Just because I do dark black magic. So, Capricorn, yeah, stabbed in the back. Sucks. Spoiler alert, I guess, but shitty reading. You'll love it. You'll feel very tied to it, I think. Capricorn. It's a bummer. Aquarius. Gosh, Aquarius was the first one I did because I try to always do whoever's birthday it is first, because I feel like, why should they have to wait? But now I don't even remember what Aquarius's was. It was so long ago. What was the recap for the Aquarius reading? Oh yeah, solid fucking offer coming in for Aquarius. Holy hell. Oh my God, Aquarius, if you don't take this whatever up on that whatnot, then John dog it, you messing up. Aquarius. Mm-hmm. 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 It's a yes from everyone. Aquarius. Like, yo. Yo. Especially now. It's your birthday. You about to party like it's your birthday. You're gonna sip whatever want for your birthday. And you know somebody gives a fuck because it's on them. For real, take them up on the offer. 100% go for it, Aquarius. Pisces was kind of like, honestly, in retrospect, I feel like the Pisces reading was a little bit kind of addressing Pisces rock bottomness in life, but also embracing being there. You know, just being like, hey man, it is what it is. I gotta do my best to just work with it. I gotta do what I can to hold on and realize that it's just, this is who I am. Okay, so what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? The art that is the cons of life and the pros that hold them together. I was talking to Kurt Cobain the other day. Somebody was like, he's Pisces. It was clutch. And I had to admit to him that maybe he was a better poet than I was. I've never really read any of his poetry, but I hear some of his songs, not many. And I just was like, damn, Pisces for sure is poetry. And like, my Mercury is in Pisces. No, my Mars is in Pisces. That doesn't add up for me. But I still give it to Pisces. So very dreamy and everything, but also sometimes that can be not necessarily the best thing, you know? But just embracing the whole journey and like just being who you gotta be, Pisces, you know? Not trying to worry about the Joneses or what you're keeping up with or anything like that. So that was the full lowdown. This video is almost as long as the other. No, that's not even true. This is shorter than one of the two videos, so it was kind of a cool recap. Especially because the first 20 minutes of this, it was just me being like, the age of Aquarius. Like, okay, don't even know what I'm talking about, but it's honestly cute, you know. How are y'all feeling? I'll probably hop off in a second. I am sorry, I will be back with tarot cards, but this is my part of my decompression, getting it all out of my head, getting to just talk it out without the cards. But again, you can catch the replays on Twitch if you want to watch the whole thing. Highly recommend kind of listening in. I like cross watching. I always have, so I like watching all signs and attributing it to different aspects in life. So you can do that, or like I said on YouTube, you can just skip ahead to the signs that you want to watch. I especially recommend it to the sorcerer because that shit at this point is fucking hilarious. Because it seems like you really are pretty solid and in a good mood. Not to ruin your evening, but I think you'll find it funny more than anything. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being here. Should we do a little crystal pyramid? Should we do just like a little send-off crystal pyramid, just like gentle, quiet, calming, cleansing? That's nice. I'm hearing this phrase, and it's sort of like the mood of Aquarius season. To rep the self and nothing but the self. So help me, whoever the hell. That's nice. That's really nice. Okay. That was so beautiful. That was one of the most beautiful. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for being on this journey in life that led you to me. Thank you for participating. Thank you for caring. Good luck, right? And good midnight morning. I will be back, I don't know when, because scheduling is not my thing, to say the least. It's a surprise, but hopefully it won't be long. And in the meantime, you can watch a bunch of videos. I haven't streamed in like a week, but I did make a couple YouTube videos that you can catch up on for Aquarius and Aquarius season, extended Capricorn reading, and so on. So, again, Instagram, Janice Joplin reading, if you want more content. Until then, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. We'll see you next time. Thank you.